Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of This Week in HoYoverse. As last week there wasn't any episode as I was on vacation, so today we'll be talking about some of the new changes and also some of the news in Genshin Impact and also Honkai Star Rail that happened in this week. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. So first up in the news is Genshin Impact, and first thing in the news is obviously the major drama or major issue that happened in Genshin Impact co-op. So you guys don't know, last week or just a couple of days ago, there's this Kaveh hack they're calling it, or the Ku-Up bug, Kaveh bug, what you want to call it, where Kaveh players using the E skill deleting items on people's world, which is pretty insane. When I first saw it, I thought it was a joke. I thought it was not true, but actually it was true. Even HoYoverse himself has posted a very long statement regarding this. So the title of this statement is Resolution regarding the recent plugin usage in Genshin Impact. So it turns out that those people who made those videos online are using a third-party plugin to achieve this in Genshin Impact, which is actually not allowed in the game at all. So you take a look at the long list of statement from HoYoverse. I'm going to summarize pretty much what they have to say. So they've pretty much fixed all the issues on 25th of August. So if you're worried whether you still want to co-op or not with like Kaveh players, it's now safe to do so because they already fixed it. And by 26th August, they already fixed the accounts for those who are affected or you have contacted their customer support. Pretty much by now, they should fix all the issues regarding the world issues or your items missing, whatever. So that should be resolved, and the co-op mode is currently able to be working as intended, and you can proceed as normal. So no more worries in terms of co-op, and everything is back to normal, which is fantastic. But they did mention here that some items, a small number of accounts, may not be restored yet. This will not affect travelers' normal game experience, so the issue will be fully fixed in a future update and will notify affected travelers via in-game mail. Looks like maybe a certain, very small percentage of people are still having this issue, but they're going to be fixing it pretty soon, which is pretty nice, but it doesn't affect the experience, so I think that's okay. At least letting you guys know. And if you have another similar problem, you can just report it to the customer service with the detailed location of the item in question. So I think if you're missing like an object or a chest or something there, you can just show it to them, the location of the missing item, and they will just add it back, which is very good. So upon notification that said problem is called by certain plugin, your customer service will contact you as soon as possible. So if you use that third-party plugin to that it caused a problem, you can contact them and they should be able to solve it. So they also said something about if you saw people using the plugin, you can report them actually using the UID and just give the reasoning, and that's pretty much it. They will handle it from there, which is pretty nice. So from what I see, they said the plugins, obviously they will be tampering the game data, which is very bad. You should not touch game data, because if you do that, I mean, it will affect on the server side as well and also on the client side. So I think that is not good, and it's gonna definitely be a ban, definitely. So they're gonna ban those accounts using the third-party plugin, and they will take legal action against developers, users, and disseminators of such plugins. So this word "take legal action" is where it gets very juicy. Take legal action means HoYoverse themselves is gonna like take them to court or something, or sue them, because yeah, I mean, they really mean business, take legal action, and it looks like a very serious issue here that happened in the game because of this plugin. HoYoverse have no choice but to take them to court, because I think it makes sense, because they've kind of breached their terms of service, so it makes sense to take them to court and settle it from there. So developers that created the plugin will be going to court, people using it as well going to court. That one I'm not too sure, because some people maybe accidentally use the plugin, or maybe they are just testing it. Not too sure how they're gonna filter those users, but those deliberate users, definitely, yeah, they are gonna be charged at court, which is pretty insane. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. And yeah, so another thing here to note is they have confirmed that developers and users of the plugin are posting content in the community or on video sites disguising themselves as victims to confuse the public and incite panic. So this is basically like causing drama, you can say, in the social media, in Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, wherever. So it's kind of making things more complicated and confusing. So at least they mentioned this, so now people are clear of what's happening in the social media platform. So that is pretty nice. So as usual, they will say, thank you for supporting Genshin Impact, blah 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 blah. Make sure the gaming environment is good, and obviously it's any attempt that jeopardizes the fairness of the game would through improper means is strictly prohibited. So you can see they're very strict about this. And yeah, so obviously they're asking you guys to boycott all these plugins, and yeah, just play Genshin Impact normally. Okay, don't be crazy, don't do stupid things like this, because if you do that, you're gonna get yourself in trouble and you're gonna go to court because it's breaching their terms of service. So that is a risk you have to bear in mind if you're doing all these kind of things, which is pretty crazy. So this is the customer service email address. You want to contact them for help, you can do so via this email. If you're still facing issues until now, you can do it by emailing them, so that you can get your world or your items fixed as soon as possible. Alright, moving on to another part of Genshin Impact news. This is regarding the banners for version 4.0 Phase 2. So they posted this pretty much this week as well. And Zhongli and Cha will be having their rerun, so this one pretty much confirmed in the live stream. We just don't know like the banners and everything. We only know Feminet is coming, which is right here. You can see Feminet in the banner. And we also have Sayu and Noelle. So this banner alone, for what I see, the 4 stars, I mean, Feminet, we don't really know much. She's a cryo, she's a cryo claymore user. It's a 4-star unit. From what we can see, he's holding the bell. We kind of can guess maybe he's scaling off with HP, maybe because the bell is HP. So let's see how he fares. I'll test him out if I get him. Maybe you can use the bell on him. Who knows? Or maybe other claymores. But he's untested, so I can't really say much about him. Whereas for Sayu, if you get all her constellations, she's just okay. I mean, she's just a good animal support for your team, for healing your team, also doing some shredding for your team using the villages in the set. So I think she's pretty okay if you got most of her constellations. But at C0, she's not that amazing in my opinion. I think you can just use her as like a supporting unit or utility unit for like exploration. She's pretty good exploration, she can just roll around everywhere. So I think she's pretty good in there. Other than that, nothing really crazy. Noelle, also another healer, also a shielder, like Zhongli, but she's a free unit you get in the game from the start of the game, from the beginner's banner. So I think it's not that amazing in terms of the 4 stars on this banner, because you have Noelle over there already. If you're a veteran player playing Genshin Impact, you should have like a lot of constellation of her. I think maybe C6 easily for most of you guys. But if you're new to Genshin Impact, yeah, you get her for free as a beginner's banner wish. So yeah, I don't know, is this a very good banner to wish on if you're coming to Genshin Impact as a new player? Feminet, no idea yet. So yeah, I can't really say too much about this banner. If you just want to go for Zhongli, obviously it's the best. One of the best supporting units in the game. He is an Archon after all, so he is very good. His shield can shred defenses, can debuff enemies, and also provide shields for your team, and you won't die. If you have his shield maxed out and stack HP, you won't die. You will just survive, except corrosion. So yeah, he's very strong. So now let's move on to the other banner, which is Child's banner. So this one, same 4 stars, just you're only getting Child. If you like his playstyle at C0, go ahead and get him. I mean, he's fine, not the best ever, but some people like his playstyle, so I think it's okay to get him. And he's a DPS in this banner, and whereas Zhongli is more of a supporting role. So if you're going for a DPS, then probably Tartaglia would be a great option. And he's also Hydro, which is very good, one of the good elements in the game, obviously, to do a lot of reactions. So yeah, Tartaglia or Child is very good, but the banners, the 4 star on this banner is just not that great on him. I think Sayu Noelle really can't work well with him that much. There's not really reactions you can do. If Xiangling or Bennett was here, I think it would be a great one, but oh well, can't do anything about that. So yeah, those are the banners. I think in my opinion, if you are new to the game, I would recommend going for Zhongli first, because at least your team is safe and protected and you won't die. So having a very good shield on your team pretty much like It's very good for your account. Then once you got him, then only I can recommend going for Child next if you like his playstyle. But do take note that C0, he is a bit clunky sometimes in terms of the rotations because of the cooldown and everything. If you're not used to it, you might want to get C1 if you want to settle those problems. But in my opinion, he's functioning fine at C0. I do have him at C0, so he works fine. So yeah, for Zhongli, you can get his consolations, but C0 is also good enough already. But if you got his C1, you can just put an extra pillar, which is even crazy. C2, he pretty much becomes co-op Zhongli, so you can partner with other people in the co-op and you give them shields, so you're gonna be very supportive for your team and other people as well. So that is nice. But other than that, in my opinion, just get C0 and call it a day. Don't spend too much on the banners. Alright, let's move on to the weapons banner. So this is where things get a bit complicated because Vortex Vanquisher is over here and we have the Polar Star as well, so two of the best in slots for each of those characters. But Vortex Vanquisher, in my opinion, until now is not the best in slot for Zhongli. We have the Staff of Homa, that is way better on him. And yeah, I don't see the use in Vortex Vanquisher for Zhongli. I just don't know why this weapon exists, but it does. So this weapons banner, because of Vortex Vanquisher, is pretty much a very bad banner to pull on already, because it's very risky. You might get 2 Vortex Vanquishers and 1 Polar Star after that, so it's gonna be very costly if you're going for Child's weapon. But yeah, Polar Star obviously is the better weapon, and it's crit rate. So yeah, but if you really don't want to risk it, I suggest skipping this banner because it's very dangerous. And yeah, you don't want to get the Vortex Vanquisher, you don't want to get it. It's very bad on Zhongli, and it's not that great in general. As a 5-star weapon, it's not that great. For the 4 stars, we have the Rust. This one pretty good on Child as well. Also a couple of the units like Yoimiya. We have the Flute, not that great weapons until now, don't know who can really use it that well. The Witsif, however, is a very good catalyst. It's one of the best gacha catalysts in the game. It's very good stats, has crit damage on it, and has like the 3 things you can proc, 3 passive you can proc by switching to the character. So that is pretty nice. And you get a lot of refinements on this one. I think you pretty much have like a 5-star weapon kinda. It's very strong. We have the Dragon's Bane, also very good polearm for a couple of units. Xiangling can use it, Hu Tao. So a lot of polearm users can use this for doing reactions. So this is a very decent polearm as well. And lastly, we have the Sacrificial Greatsword, which is okay. You can reset the skills for many characters. Maybe Feminate, not too sure, but it's pretty okay on all these characters because they're all Claymore users. I just realized, so it's okay on those units. As long as they're supporting units, they can use that Sacrificial Greatsword. So guys, that is the banners. What do you guys think? Are you going to be summoning for any of these characters? In my opinion, just go for the 5-star you want and call it a day, because don't aim for Feminate. Let's say you want to go for Feminate only and not Zhongli. You gotta be careful, because like what happened to me last time, I got a character that I don't want. So you gotta be careful and just go for the 5-star if you really need it, but don't aim for the 4-star. So that's my advice for you guys. And the last piece of news for Genshin Impact is the events for Phase 2 of version 4.0. So Phase 1 pretty much still ongoing at this point of time. So we have already the Phase 2 events coming. So we have the event regions, this one already talked about it. Let's skip all this. We have the Verdict of Blade. So this is a challenge event. It's going to start on 4th of September, which is pretty soon. You get a bunch of rewards and materials for completing, so this one's going to be pretty exciting. We have another event, Studies in Light and Shadow, a Fontaine Enchantment. I think this is a camera event, or yeah, camera one. So we can take pictures, looks like, and you get some Primo Gems and other stuff. And we have the last one, which is the Leyline Overflow event. So this one is a double drops event for the Blossom of Wealth and Blossom of Revelations, which is pretty nice. So as usual guys, you can double our rewards to 3 times a day. So don't waste and use up all your attempts, because the duration of the event is like only 7 days, so make sure to utilize this event if you're really running low on resources. And last but not least, we have the Genius Invocation TCG event. So this one, if you're still into TCG, there is another event for the Heated Battle mode, the Profound Purpose of Practice, and you can take a look at more information on the rules for the special TCG event. Alright, moving on to Honkai Star Rail news. So first in the news for Honkai Star Rail is announcement regarding adjustments to certain events and game modes in version 1.3. So you guys know version 1.3 has already gone live a couple of days ago, and they have actually made some last minute adjustments to some of the events that happen in game. So for example, we have the Simulated Universe Swarm Disaster. So they did make a change here, and the game mode will become available on the 6th of September instead. After this time, it will remain permanently, so I'm not sure what was this sudden change of the event timings, but okay, I'll take it. There's no changes for the RM Alice main event, so this one will remain the same. The Planar Feature event has been changed as well, so the event's availability period has been adjusted to 15th of September to 22nd of September. So there's only 2 events looks like that has a change in Honkai Star Rail version 1.3. Other events, they will remain as announced, so there will be no changes on other events, only these 2. Not sure the reason why, I really don't know, but I'll take it. It's something good because it's moved earlier, so I'll take that. And the last piece of news for Honkai Star Rail is the Project Astro-Warp beta sign up. So if you guys haven't signed up for the beta for the next upcoming versions for Honkai Star Rail, click here to register for the Project Astro-Warp. So if you clicked it, there'll be a survey you can fill up, you can enter your information and get signed up. And if you get selected, then you'll be in to test the beta for the upcoming Honkai Star Rail versions. Alright guys, that's all the news for you guys for this week in HoYoverse. What you guys think of the news from Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail? For me, at least finally the Kaveh group hack is settled and HoYoverse has finally fixed it. Very happy about that, and also they are taking action against those people who are at fault, which is great. Always nice to see them taking swift action in fixing all these potential issues in the game. And they also announced the banners for 4.0 Phase 2. Are you guys going to be pulling for Zhongli or Child, or maybe just skipping or just waiting for the 4.1 characters that are coming next patch? Honkai Star Rail as well, have you guys signed up for the beta for the Project Astro-Warp and the events as well that have minor changes here and there? What do you guys think about that? For me, I'm pretty happy overall with all the things that happened in the past week. So yeah, looking forward to all the changes and also the new banners and also the new events. That's all for me guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week.